Hey guys, today I'm talking about 5 ways to reduce joint pain in your body. Joint pain is a really big issue, and at the root of joint pain is typically some level of inflammation. And inflammation is really our body's response to trauma, to possible infection. And so our body gets in there and starts cleaning up tissue and we get infection. So if we have bad posture, if we are doing certain activities with bad ergonomics over time, we can end up with a lot of pain in our body. On top of that, if we have issues with our gut, so our gut microbiome, if we're eating foods that our body is having a sensitivity or an allergy to, that's going to drive up inflammation, and we might notice it as joint pain. So things that we can do, number 1 is really hydrate our body well. So we want our body to be like a river, not like a pond. Ponds become very stagnant, algae builds up, they start to stink. That's what can happen in our body if we're dehydrated. So we want our body to move like a river, so we need water. Water is super important for all of our muscles, our joints. It helps bring inflammatory compounds out of our system, helps move our lymphatic system. When our lymphatics, which is really like our second circulatory system, when our lymphatics are congested, that's going to cause more inflammation in our joints and our muscle tissues. So it's really important to stay hydrated, to get the lymphatics moving. Also movement. So number 1 is hydration. Got to really drink a lot of water. I recommend at least half your body weight in ounces of water daily. So if you weigh, like I weigh 165 pounds, so I need to be drinking roughly 80 to 90 ounces of water at least every day. And now it's not very good to drink a lot with your meal, because that will actually dilute your stomach acid and your digestive enzymes and cause more digestive issues. But it's a very good idea to drink a lot away from meals. So in the morning, I typically am fasting, so I'm hydrating. I'm drinking a ton of water early in the day, and I actually will typically drink, easily a gallon a day. My body just craves the hydration. I drink a lot in the morning, less so after I start eating. So I drink less, but I probably drink 3/4 of a gallon early in the day before I start eating. And then, I usually have my first meal roughly around 1 o'clock, and I drink less, maybe a 1/4 gallon after that. So good hydration is super important. Again, make your body like a river, not like a pond, and that's going to help flush a lot of toxins out of your muscles. Every time your muscles and joints have to contract, they're producing free radicals, and they're producing a lot of different metabolic waste, and the water helps push those things out, and we should be eliminating those out through our urine, out through our breath. We should be eliminating those toxins. So good hydration, number 1. Number 2 is good movement. Really moving our bodies effectively, super important. So you got to stay moving, get out, take walks, exercise, got to move. If you're working all day, ideally, like I work at a desk most of the day creating content. So I'm going from sitting to standing. I have a stand-up desk. That helps me stay moving a little bit. I'm going back and forth to the bathroom, going back and forth, getting more water, things like that, going in my kitchen, just kind of taking walks. Take a walk around my block. If you're at an office, take a walk around your office. You got to stay moving, and that's, again, part of being a river, not a pond, right? Keep things moving, super important. Number 3 is eat an anti-inflammatory diet. If you're eating a diet that's full of sugar, processed foods, bad fats like corn oil, soybeans, safflower, cottonseed oil, things that are full of toxins, right? Like conventional animal products and things that are just full of herbicides and pesticides and stuff like that. We want to avoid that stuff as much as possible and really try to stick with healthy fats, avocados, olives, olive oil, grass-fed butter, coconut oil, coconut products, lots of vegetables, non-starchy veggies, fruit, herbs, different things like that. Great herbs, ginger, oregano, basil, thyme. These things smell good, they taste good, they help bring down inflammation in our body. Good grass-fed, organic, pasture-raised animal products. That should be really the foundation of our diet. And I have a lot of videos that go through a lot more about diet and what you should be following, but that's a critical principle. If we want to reduce inflammation and we want to reduce joint pain, we got to really eat a good diet. So again, hydration, movement, really good diet. On top of that, we can take certain supplements that can also be very helpful for reducing joint pain. Some of my favorite, in fact, I did a video all about, some of the best supplements to reduce inflammation. So I talked about proteolytic enzymes, which are enzymes that we take away from meals. They go in, they help break down old, damaged it will damage scar tissue, but also on top of that, inflammatory proteins, right? So they break down proteins. So you have things like C-reactive protein, for example, which is a protein. You got to break that down. And so proteolytic enzymes really help with that. They help metabolize a lot of these immune agents that drive up inflammation. You can also do things like turmeric or curcumin, which is a great anti-inflammatory herb. And you really get the clinical doses when you take a supplement form. Now, I like using turmeric in my diet, right? Getting it in, putting it in different foods. In fact, I've got articles on my website and tons of recipes that show you exactly how to utilize it. However, you're not going to get the full benefits until you start supplementing with it. And that's going to really drive down inflammation in your body when you start taking clinical doses in a supplement form. And there's a couple ones I like. I like Paleo Valley's turmeric complex, which utilizes turmeric, ginger, as well as it's got clove in there. It's got a whole bunch of different compounds, black pepper to help maximize absorption. So a lot of really good stuff in there. It's a great one to use. And we'll have links in the show notes below that you can check out. We also have a great product called Inflam Defense that has a combination of curcumin. It also has boswellic acid, which is basically frankincense. And frankincense is renowned for reducing inflammation in the body. So that is a great one. Inflam Defense combines those. It has quercetin, has ginger, has a bunch of different compounds, proteolytic enzymes to help reduce inflammation in the body. So you can check that out as well. So to recap, number 1 was good hydration. We got to hydrate our body well. Number 2 was movement, getting regular movement. Number 3 was anti-inflammatory nutrition plan. Number 4 was the supplements, right? Getting good clinical doses of anti-inflammatory supplements to help reduce pain in the body. So things like turmeric and Inflam Defense and proteolytic enzymes and fish oils can be helpful. Vitamin D can be helpful. Probiotics. These things can all help reduce inflammation, help improve your muscle and joint function. And then number 5 is really self-massage. And this is not talked about a lot, but you can actually give yourself, obviously it's nice when you get a massage, right? Or if you have like a partner giving you a massage, that's amazing. However, sometimes you're not able to do that, right? So you're sitting there, you're working, you can actually lean over and start giving yourself a back rub, massage different areas of your body. That can be really helpful. And you can just do it with your hands, or you can get a mini massage tool. And I want to show you this. This is one that I love. It's from a company called Lots Fit, and they sent me this box right here. And I'm gonna unbox this for you. And so, basically they have like a little carrying kit. And as a chiropractor myself, and I don't actually practice anymore. I sold my practice a while back. However, one of the things that we used was, a really deep tissue massage unit to help break down scar tissue, to help improve lymphatic flow, to help improve circulation, get more oxygen delivery into the cartilage, the joints, to help repair different areas where there was damage and where people were having dysfunction. And this is a really cool unit because it's portable. I had a great unit, but it cost me like $2,000 and you had to plug it in, right? And it's amazing. It's still at my clinic. My doctor that bought my clinic uses it on a regular basis on clients and gets amazing results with it. This thing is like $100 right here. And check this out. So like they have a whole bunch of different pieces. So you have one right here, which you can actually percuss the spine with. This one right here, which is really great for trigger points. So that kind of like hard nodule there will get right into certain trigger points, which are basically like areas in the muscle and the tendon that are just really jammed up, and they almost create like a nodule that you might even feel, and you're like, oh, that's really sore right there. This can be great for helping to reduce that. And then they've got the circular head right here, which kind of is a great for percussing. And then also the flat head right here as well, which is really good for like your arms. You can actually really move lymphatic flow with this. So let's try this unit first. And all I do is that, you can plug this in. It's got like a USB port right here. You just kind of plug it in and, you put it on, and this is like one setting right here. And I can actually increase, there's 4 settings. So I can actually increase the frequency of this unit to really get it to the point that I like it. But this gets in there so good. Like I'm loving this right now. So it just gets in, wherever you're putting it, really loosen up things. get those lymphatics flowing. So outside of just your own movement and hydration, doing your own self-massage can move your lymphatics. If I'm trying to move my lymphatics, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna try to go from my extremities and move up towards my heart. And that alone will help pump lymphatic fluid. So if you're noticing like a lot of swelling in your legs, and I know you can't see this right here, but if you're noticing swelling in your legs, this is actually a really good idea. Is just kind of get in there and use this thing to help move the swelling and move the blood and the veins and the extracellular fluid that's kind of moved out of the vessels, and you'll help pump it back into the veins, back into the lymphatic system, and pump it up towards your heart. So that can be really, really helpful. You know, again, you can use this, and there's a bunch of different pieces to it. So I'm using it on my arms there, again, my back. This is my favorite part, my traps right in this area. And I'm a big fan of giving self-massage, and usually I'm doing it with my hands, but this unit right here takes it to a whole nother level. And I can even, this is 4 power, so basically when I'm doing this, like that's the first level of percussive strength. Number 2, number 3, number 4, right? So I like it deep. So that number 4 starts really getting in there a lot deeper. Okay. I'm gonna turn this off real quick here, guys. But anyways, you guys can see a whole lot of really good pieces. You know, flat head, a lot of people like that as opposed to kind of this round head, just the way that it feels. Again, this piece right here, great for getting into areas where there's trigger points. And this is great too. I mean, you can get obviously even more specific if you have, you know, your spouse, for example. I mean, you really don't need to have like an advanced degree. You want to stay off of bones ideally when you're doing this, but getting right into kind of muscles and joints right near the bone, that can be really, really helpful. And you know, it's always good to start on like the first setting, kind of the lowest setting, and then gradually build up your tolerance and your understanding of how to use it. So, you know, your spouse, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, brother, sister, you know, somebody that, you know, is a training partner, right? For example, you guys can use this on yourself. A lot of people like to use this before a workout, right? I mean, think about that. You do it before a workout, you really get all the blood pumping, really helps warm you up. And you can also obviously do it after a workout to help speed up recovery as well. So a lot of great strategies, a lot of good things to use. So I really like this. Again, it's from this company, Lots Fit, and we'll have a link in the show notes, but you can check that out. I mean, it's like, I think it's $119 and well worth it. Again, I've spent over $2,000 for, you know, a clinically tested system, but I would tell you that unit is not that much different from this. And this is portable as well. I don't need to plug it in or anything like that to be able to utilize it. So guys, definitely want to check that out. I think doing self-massage is really powerful. You'll notice just an improvement in your mood, your memory, because you're getting more blood flow, more oxygenation. You're actually releasing more endorphins, which make you feel good. Kind of like when you're exercising, you know, you kind of get this pump, this kind of feel good experience after exercise. You know, they call it the runner's high. That's what you get when you're doing self-massage as well, especially with a unit like this. Now, I mean, just regular, you know, hand massage, which you can do right now while you're watching this video, is very therapeutic and highly recommended. But, you know, the unit here, the self-massager, will just take it all to the next level. So finally, to summarize the video, you know, 5 ways to reduce joint pain. Number 1, good hydration, right? Instead of being a pond, you want your body to be like a river. Number 2 was good movement, right? So getting out, walking, stretching, you know, whether you're doing like a yoga class or just stretching your hamstring, stretching, you know, your arm back and forth, your triceps up over your head, moving around, doing some posture exercises, right? Really trying to focus on your posture and your ergonomics. Very important. Stay moving. Number 3 was anti-inflammatory nutrition. Get rid of the bad stuff, add in more of the good stuff that will help keep inflammation under control and help you feel better. Number 4 was good supplements, things like proteolytic enzymes, curcumin or turmeric, ginger, boswellia or frankincense. We talked about vitamin D, that's important, probiotics, fish oil, omega-3s, right? So good quality omega-3s, all great things for helping keep inflammation under control. And then finally, number 5, we talked about self-massage, right? With your hands or with, you know, some sort of like a portable mini massage device. And if you're doing those things, you'll notice huge improvements in not only pain and discomfort in your body, but also your energy, your mood, your mental clarity, and just your outlook and your overall well-being. I mean, you know, we get this life to live. We want to make sure that, you know, we're really thriving and enjoying our life and being fully capable to be the person that God created us to be, to help the people in our lives that are around us. So when you're doing these things, it really helps you do that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this training, and check out some of the other videos, you know, on my page. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do, and hit the bell button. That way you get notified whenever I put up a new training like this, so you never miss anything. We'll see you soon, guys. Be blessed.